So she's really at the forefront of combining STEM and arts. So we're so happy she could be with us today. Dena?
Thank you so much. It's really an honor to be here. And I have to say I've been a documentary filmmaker for many years, but what's most exciting to me right now is innovative education and connecting art students to science learning through filmmaking. Opportunities for them to gain confidence and be motivated by creating art and digital narratives that have science content. And I'm so honored to be here, especially because, as I understand, all of you are science teachers, correct? Middle school and high school. Excuse me?
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
STEM, okay, got it.
Yep.
Got it, fantastic. And as I understand it, you're interested in innovative ways to connect students to science content, right? Yes, good, so am I. And I'm not a scientist, but I really wanted to be. Didn't work out. I love being a filmmaker, and I have to say what's super exciting about what I get to do is I get to have a lot of direct engagement with amazing researchers. So, how do you connect film students to other bodies of knowledge? What we have is the Rutgers Center for Digital Filmmaking, and I'm the founding director, and I'm super proud of this program. I'm going to tell you, this is our Rutgers Film Bureau. It's the professional documentary office within our film center, and we've been able to send students all around the world, engaging with world-renowned researchers, empowering them and giving them agency and motivation to learn science and then communicate it. So let me just show you this little video.
Shooting in Brazil was a really eye-opening experience, making decisions like super fast and just being ready for anything.
There's something to be said about a program that sends its students across the world telling stories. I was fortunate enough to go to Zambia, Africa. Diving into a culture was something that I'll never forget.
I've had the opportunity to go to Thailand. I was also able to go to Spain. It's indicative of how much trust there is and how much emphasis it is to have students be able to have great opportunity.
The great thing about documentary filmmaking is you get to work with a lot of really interesting people. In Rome, we got some incredible access to a villa that contained the only Caravaggio ceiling painting ever made.
The thing that's really great about the Rutgers Center for Digital Filmmaking is our focus is to tell character-based stories, not just in an informational way, but in a creative process.
This program also gives students the opportunity to be able to experience many different disciplines. Now I'm able to say that I know things about marine science that I never thought I'd ever learn, and I'm excited about it. Being able to be part of this program can really enrich you. It's in a very hands-on way, which is very exciting.
I got the opportunity to go to Alabama, and working with two other filmmakers, being able to communicate and be in that realm of mixing this art and film together was an adventure.
Our team got to fly on these NASA planes that had scientific and atmospheric instruments on them.
For them to let us have that opportunity, you don't see it anywhere else.
I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to get some professional experience, and that's what I wanted going into the project, and that's what I got.
Being given the opportunity to be able to go out and to be able to film and edit and be able to get exposed to the subject matter, I feel like it's helped me learn so much, and to be able to become more informed of how Rutgers does so much in reaching all these different parts of the world and within the country as well.
It's a really exciting opportunity because this is what we've been able to do, and this educational model then became the basis of our new Bachelor's of Fine Arts major, which is just going to start in the fall. And I'm super proud of this. Okay, so what does it mean? Motivation for young artists to learn research through creative production, authorship, and accountability. Direct and sustained engagement between artists and researchers. So this is Jim Simon. He's pretty much a world-famous plant biologist. And this is my student, Jean-Paul Isaacs, and they went together to Zambia. Here is me. I'm in Antarctica with Professor Oscar Schofield. We had a grant from the National Science Foundation to make a feature documentary about Oscar's research and his team studying ecosystem change along the Western Antarctic Peninsula. Really an unbelievably wonderful experience. And the only way that you can really do this is with relationships of trust. Researchers are very careful about who films them, right? Because you can misrepresent their science. And a big part of this NSF grant was allowing my students to have the opportunity to work with all the footage that came back. It was the basis for an innovative educational model that would allow art students to be directly engaged with researchers and science content in the shaping of a feature film, which actually has now had a theatrical release in New York and Los Angeles. So this is a learning model that promotes self-motivated interest in learning other bodies of knowledge. Now, if you give these young people the authorship and the motivation and the responsibility to communicate important research professionally, artistically, to a large audience, really, really motivates them to get that science right. They want to impress the scientists, they want to impress their peers, they want professional credit. But the other thing they're doing, because they're filmmakers, is they're using filmic styles, filmic language that is attractive to their peers, right? It's really, really important to give the young people the opportunity to have that kind of artistic authorship. And every time they make these films, they always go back to the scientists to make sure that they're getting the science content right. What else are we doing here? It's a learning model that's promoting an environment in which non-science students develop an understanding of the scientific process. Professional end products provide confidence as artists and research communicators, a sustained interest in learning science. Most of them said, I'm not good at science, I don't really relate to science intimidates me. But when you have this long-term direct relationship with these scientists, who are nice people, who have big goals, who have big wants, and you live with them, and the scientist says, okay, I trust you, and I'm going to be a character in your story, these young people then totally get interested in science and communicating science. They learn it, and they develop a comfort level with it, who scientists are and what research can be. And why is all this important? I know you folks know all this. 90% of high school graduates say they're not interested in a career or college major involving STEM. So of those who actually say that they are interested, only half of the 10% are meeting the college readiness benchmarks. This is actually where you guys have the responsibility to change this. What's the problem here? You know this, Google scientist, and this is what you get. That's it, just Google it. You know the data in terms of middle school girls, right? That the sense of, well, now they feel they're smart enough to do science, but if they're a scientist, they're going to turn into that, which means you're isolated, you're in a room that's always lit blue, by the way. and you're alone, you can't have a family. It's a lonely, cold, blue world. Okay, why does this matter? Because we've lost a basic concept, and that science and art are actually integrated, right? In the Renaissance, you've got art and form is all together. Geometry and mathematical principles all included within this painting, but it's also a painting that's including all the great philosophers, mathematicians, artists, all in one. There wasn't this division. To be educated meant to be everything. You probably all know C.P. Snow's The Two Cultures in the Scientific Revolution, that what's happened with the scientific revolution and industry, right, is that now we've divided people that do art and humanities and then people who do science and engineering. And that's how most of our higher education schools are structured. And what that's doing for our young people is giving them the sense that there is this bifurcation. You can be this or you can be that. And our job now is to integrate this. What we've been able to do in our film center is an intersection between two cultural groups of different languages and different ways of organizing information. Now, what does that mean? It means that scientists, this is Oscar Schofield, we went to Antarctica with him. Oscar is a scientist, he's collecting data to pursue objective truth, right? How is this ecosystem changing? Well, what do we do as artists or storytellers? We actually are working with human motivation and emotional truth. So you put these two together, emotional truth being what is his personal motivation, why does he care, what are his challenges to reaching his goal, and we learn about the scientific process by connecting to him. Okay, so film language is a portal to the scientific process because you can use the visual system of intentional framing of characters to allow us to identify with the characters and see the choices that they are making over time.
I just wanted to ask for my future reference. I'm going to be teaching at a performance arts magnet school, and I think they would really be interested in a filmmaking program. So which campus is the program located?
It's in the Mason Grove School of the Arts.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Yeah.
So yours, the grants from the government, sort of NSF actually, they include, hey, we have this money just for filmmakers. Is that something new or?
The Antarctica grant was for the making of the film and the development of an innovative educational model within the Mason Grove School of the Arts.